Well, this is Kent Hovind. It is August 31st, 1993. I'm sitting here at the Antique Quest in Winchester, New Hampshire, with Sandy Mancy. It's good to see you again, Sandy. I saw you back in '92. And Sandy is the one that saw Champ. Her picture appears on the cover of the book by Joseph Zarzinski. This took place. Why don't you tell us when it was and where you were and just a little bit about it?
I was in Vermont, on the Vermont side, and my husband, well, we weren't married at the time, my fiance and my children, we were exploring the lake. I grew up in that area. And we were just exploring the lake, sitting there, enjoying the peace and quiet. And my husband had gone back to the car to get the camera, and while he was gone, there was a disturbance in the lake, and I looked out and I thought perhaps there was a school of fish, and maybe a scuba diver or something, and then the head and the neck broke the surface of the water, and the head picked up in the neck and the back, and I knew it wasn't a fish.
Right. Well, great. And some people said I heard somebody told you that they thought maybe it was a duck.
If it's about a 2,000-pound duck.
A 2,000-pound duck. When we were at the church, when you came to hear me speak up in wherever that was, New Hampshire, Dublin, New Hampshire, I had all my dinosaurs on the table, and you immediately picked out this one as Champ, but you said it was a little different, what you saw.
Yes, what I saw is the neck was not near as long, and the head is shaped right, like a horse head, but the neck is not near as long.
Okay, now there are 3 or 4 different types of swimming dinosaurs that bones have been found of. There's the chronosaur, which has a huge neck, the plesiosaur, which you're holding, and then there's the elasmosaur. Had a shorter neck, and the head is at a right angle to the body instead of in line with the body. There may be others, of course, undiscovered yet, but get that where they can see it on the camera.
I think this more.
Shorter neck.
With a shorter neck. Or it could be that the neck wasn't all out of the water, too.
Okay. All right, so this was back in 1977. How many other people do you know, or have you talked to that claim they have seen it also?
I have spoken with probably about 6 different people who have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And all of our accounts are very, very similar. So we all can't be crazy, and we all can't be telling something that maybe we didn't see. But they're all very, very similar. The shape of the head and neck, just the massive size of it.
Okay, now you watched it for about how long, would you say?
Probably from the time the disturbance until it went back down, maybe 8 minutes to 10 minutes.
8 to 10 minutes, okay. And you told me the last time we talked, about a year ago, that when it first came up, it was looking different directions, it was looking around?
When it came up, it was facing this way, okay, to me, and when it came up out of the water. And then it looked around, and when I did take the one snapshot, it was getting fidgety. It was getting a little more movement to it, and it had turned its head to look over its back, and that's when I got the snapshot. And then it turned, and then it went down, and it started going down like this, and then it put its head down under the water. After it was completely under the water, I heard a boat coming. I heard a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even see the boat, but I heard it coming. It knew that boat was coming long before my sense of hearing picked it up.
A lot of people that I've interviewed have told me that, like the ones in Africa, the dinosaurs in Africa, the natives claim they have very sensitive hearing, and they'll hear you coming and duck under the water. Mm-hmm. I've got missionary friends over there that say there are dinosaurs in that swamp.
Absolutely. I'm sure of it. God created one. He created many.
Sure.
And this is something that has to be of creation. It's not something that could have come from an eel or any of that nonsense. And if God can create one, He create many.
Sure, right. Now, your picture has, as well as being on the cover of Joseph's book, has been in a number of places. It was in Time magazine, it was July '81, I think. You were on Unsolved Mysteries, did you say this last week? Or?
Unsolved Mysteries has shown 3 times. The first was in September of last year, and then
maybe September of '92.
Right.
Okay.
And then recently, about a week or so ago, they had a rerun of it.
Oh, okay. So you're a movie star now.
No.
Well, there are those who teach that evolution is a proven fact, that dinosaurs lived millions of years ago. I, as you know, am very different. I was a science teacher 15 years. I'm of the strong, studied opinion that a few dinosaurs are even still alive. The world isn't millions of years old. And would you say that what you saw was best described as being a dinosaur of some kind, water-dwelling?
I saw a dinosaur.
You felt like you were seeing a dinosaur, right?
I know. Not felt, I know.
You know, okay.
I saw a dinosaur.
Now, the question comes to some people's mind, why did you only take one picture?
Because I didn't want to miss anything.
Busy watching it.
I was busy watching. I brought the camera up, I took the one photograph, and then I put it down because I didn't want to miss anything. I was in such total awe
Right.
of what was happening. And I don't even know why I took the one. It was just instinct. My husband handed me the camera.
He had gone after the
He had
camera
gone
anyway.
after the camera to take pictures of the children.
Okay, before it surfaced, or while
Right.
it was
He didn't
surfacing.
even know anything was going
Okay.
on until he got back there.
Sure.
And he helped me up the banking, and he handed me the camera so to help me up the banking. And I had it. My knees gave out. I was shaking. And I went down on my knees. I picked the camera up. I took the one photograph and then put it down. I had them both out.
You could have taken 20 pictures.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
But I wanted to watch it, and I was, and your mind tries to rationalize. And I'm trying to think, well, what is this? And there comes a point when you cannot rationalize, you just stand there and off.
Yep. Okay. Well, great. Anything else, any other typical questions you get asked? Or most of the people that interview you are those who believe in evolution.
Yes.
And how do you feel about that? You don't like that? I agree with you 100%. And I appreciate you letting me use your picture. I put it on one of my posters.
Wonderful.
And I have quite a few pictures from different people. And my motive is to strengthen people's faith in the Bible. The Bible is the Word of God. And there's Sandy's picture. You've been featured in a number of shows and magazines and things like that. And you've lived here how long in Winchester?
About 20 years.
20 years. So you had no intention of trying to become a celebrity by photographing Jan.
No, as a matter of fact, I really didn't even want to publish. I kept it a secret for 2 years. And then I made them keep it in the scientific world. And I was forced by the media to publish. Because they were calling, well, if this exists, why haven't we seen it? And
Sure, right.
so I was forced to, and that's why I put a copyright on so that I could have some control and some protection as to who's going to use it.
Right. Smart. Good move. Now, people have asked me, they say, hey, if there's so many of these creatures, why don't we get more pictures? And I ask them the question, I'll say, have you ever seen a car wreck? And they say, well, sure. I'll say, give me a picture of one as it happens. You never see a picture of a car wreck as it happens, and yet thousands of car wrecks happen. So it's something it's fleeting, it lasts a few seconds, you don't think of taking a picture until it's too late. Well, maybe if you could keep me posted, send me information if you get any more because people probably come to you all the time, don't they, and say, hey, I saw it.
Yes.
I would like to keep a file of that. Just send me a list.
Absolutely.